The Nordstream 2 pipeline, Baltic Sea. Accident or sabotage? You make the call. I'm Jazz Gonzo, and this is what's next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Jazz Gonzo here. What's next? Your daily dose, as always. Happy Wednesday. Well, you got a couple of situations going on here with the outrage that the left has shown regarding Giorgia Meloni, the new prime minister, Savage, over in Europe, pretty much telling Europe to kick rocks and pound sand. You got a situation going on down south in Florida with the hurricane, and of course, how DeSantis is handling it. And of course, from everything that I'm reading, he's handling it very, very well. But you got a situation going on in the Baltic Sea. Now, it looked like from the initial photos, initial Twitter feeds, you had a rumbling and a bumbling. People didn't know what it was. But turns out that it is the Nordstream 2 pipeline. Now, the question is, you got a situation going on there. Is it accident or is it something more nefarious? Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Dramatic images of erupting sea emerges from Europe. Russia Nord Stream pipeline leaks. Yes. The Kremlin said on Tuesday that it cannot rule out sabotage as the cause of significant damage to the Nord Stream pipeline network that carries gas from Russia to Germany. The same thought occurred in various European officials as they turned gloomy eyes upon Russia as a potential suspect. Now, here's the question. Why would Russia damage its own pipeline? The Nord Stream AG consortium called the multiple leaks in the Baltic Sea pipelines unprecedented and said on Tuesday that it was not yet possible to estimate the timing of the restoration of the gas transport infrastructure. Russia stopped sending gas to Germany in retaliation for sanctions against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but the pipelines were still filled with gas. Up to 177 million cubic meters of gas may have already leaked from the breach of Nord Stream 2. As yet, we don't know what the environmental impact will be. That is the actual situation that was going on. Of course, a lot of people didn't know what it was. All right. There is also a risk of an explosion, although environmental analysts said that the gas would probably disperse through the Baltic waters to make it unlikely. The Danish Maritime Authority nevertheless issued an advisory to the Nord Stream 2 leak is dangerous for ship traffic and advised ships to stay away at least 5 nautical miles. Quote, the multiple undersea leaks mean neither pipeline will likely deliver any gas to the EU over the coming winter. Yes, winter is coming, and it's going to be possibly devastating for that area. Introspective of political developments in the Ukraine war. Depending on the scale of the damage, the leaks could even mean permanent closure of both lines. A notice from the Eurasia Group, a risk consulting firm, said on Tuesday. Quote, leaks of this size are severe safety and environmental hazard, especially should Russia not stop pumping gas into the system, they noted. We are currently in contact with authorities concerning an order to clarify the situation. We have no clarity about the causes or exact facts, German government said on Monday. Tuesday morning, Germany officials declared its suspicion that the damage to Nord Stream was caused by sabotage. Monday didn't know. Tuesday, now they're calling for sabotage. Today, we faced an act of sabotage. We don't know the details of what happened, but we see clearly an act of sabotage related to the next step of escalation in the situation of Ukraine. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki, I'm probably butchering the name, I apologize, declared on Tuesday at the opening ceremony for another pipeline connecting Norway to Poland. We are talking about 3 leaks with some distance between them, and that's why it's hard to imagine that it's a coincidence, Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen observed. Ukraine called the pipeline breach a terrorist attack perpetrated by Moscow to permanently compromise Europe's fuel supply and perhaps nullify gigantic lawsuits from Russia's gas customers by creating a legal status of force majeure, basically saying, I guess would that be the equivalent of, nature did it. This is very concerning news. Indeed, we are talking about some damage of an unclear nature to the pipelines in Denmark's economic zone. This is an issue related to energy security of the entire continent, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said in a press conference on Tuesday. Royal Danish Defense College researcher Anders Pugh Nielsen found that the timing of the explosions conspicuous, even the opening of the rival Poland-Norway pipeline on the same day. Nielsen thought the Nordstream sabotage might have had a, quote, signal that something could happen to Norwegian gas. The arrow points in the direction of Russia. No one in the West was interested in having any way of kind of instability in the energy market. Other theories point to radical environmentalists determined to keep Europe from relying on fossil fuels. I would not be surprised if these knuckleheads would do something like that. Or possibly even U.S. President Joe Dementia, who blurted in a February interview that the administration would, quote, bring an end to the pipeline if Russia invaded Ukraine. Quote, I promise you, we will be able to do that. Biden replied when asked by a reporter how he would propose shutting down the pipeline controlled by Germany. Quote, there are some indications that it's deliberate damage. You have to ask, who would profit? Excuse me. An exasperated European security told Rutgers on Tuesday while contemplating the longest list of suspects since murder on the Orient Express. Sweden's state broadcast network, SVT, on Tuesday cited data from Swedish National Seismic Network that strongly suggested powerful underwater explosions occurred in the vicinity of the gas leaks on Monday. One of the explosions was large enough to be detected by 30 different Swedish monitoring stations. Quote, there is no doubt it was a blast. Björn Lund, a seismologist, seismology, lecturer with the Swedish National Seismic Network. Lund added that the area was not normally used for naval exercises, and that might explain the detonations. He said on his network has received zero information in regards to such exercises taking place on Monday. My thoughts. Yeah, I saw the Twitter feeds yesterday in regards to it, and everybody was scratching their heads as far as what's going on. But now there is a lot more information out there. Questions, and more questions. Why would Russia damage its own pipeline to cut off gas to its own country? Makes no sense. Why would Germany potentially do something like that? But, yeah, I don't see it. Even Joe Dementia, as dumb, incompetent, moronic buffoon that he is, will not be so stupid into doing something that could easily start a war between both countries and leave a bad taste in Germany's mouth. Now, I could see environmentalists doing something like this. You know, Greenpeace doing something like this. I could see the knuckleheads who believe in fake climate change do something so stupid in this. That would take a lot of balls and a lot of preparation and a lot of quote-unquote connections to pull this off. But, yeah, questions are arise. And right now, there's just theories as far as who did it. But it's going to be interesting in the days to come. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.